Final Cut Pro, we're going to look in this lesson at video effects, the effects that you can apply to your videos and your various clips. And if you glance at the right hand side, we've spoken about this before, you must make sure that you click on the far right. There is an option to bring the effects panel up, so you must be sure that is on to show or hide your effects browser. And there are a whole range of video effects that can be applied. Again, we keep saying this, we'll say it over and over again, be careful of overdoing effects because it can make it look a little bit amateurish. You know the word we mean. But also you can use effects very effectively, to try and give a professional and a really classy look to your video. So let's have a look at some of the effects that you can apply and how you use them in Final Cut Pro.
Okay, so over here on our right we have these different type of effects. Probably the main one you're going to use is color correction. This is where you can really change your color. So if you are recording in like RAW, it's normally a bit bland because sometimes if you're recording on a phone or something, it auto adds color. But you normally want to add color. So if we go here and we drag it onto a clip over here, you'll see on the side in our settings for this specific clip, it's got this color correction.
Okay, again, we've spoken about this before. Make sure you've got your settings open. So if you can't see this, it means you have got your settings tab turned off and you're not going to see anything. And as we've said, lots of settings can be applied to a single clip. So if you can't see it immediately, the one you've just applied, you just scroll until you see it. So now we can see that right at the top. That is the video effect color correction we've just added.
Okay, so now if we hit the arrow there, it will bring us into this color board. So this is where you really can get nitty gritty and get the right color that you're looking for. Okay, so
a summer's day.
You obviously have to spend a bit of time on that. And then over here, this is where you get your saturation, and this is probably a bit easier to get. Okay, you want more of a popping effect, or you want a little bit more dull. It's really on your style.
That's for your mood. I mean, if you're making like a wedding and you wanted to make it sort of misty and dull, or you want to make it vibrant, you can quite quickly change your color and saturation.
Just remember not to, unless you are purposefully doing it, don't overdo the colors because it does look fake. So let's just say I did it like that. You would definitely know that it's not right. So keep it about there. So that's just a suggestion. And then the next thing is your exposure. So if for some reason it is too dull, you can always change. See, tells you what it is. This is your highlight. So you can make it, all the highlights brighter. Your midtones, you can dull that down a bit or brighten it up. And this is all things you have to slowly tweak just to get that right effect. Obviously right now I'm doing the wrong thing because I'm just going through it. So these are all things you have to go through deciding on how you want your video to look.
Okay, so that's color correction. That's one of them. But there are a whole load of effects that you can look at. Let's have a look at a couple of others just to give you an idea.
So you'll notice also if you drag your mouse, you'll see a preview of what it's going to be like. So let's just say
50s TV.
If we want it to be like an old town, you almost want to use a 50s TV.
Many years ago in a far and distant town. It's gone.
Yeah, so for each clip you can add your effect. So now you have it on both. As you can see, there are very, very many effects right here. So you can choose your theme right here. We can search, okay. If we want it to be like dreamy, let's see if they got anything. So there we have an effect called dream. So if we put that in here, you'll see that you can obviously tweak the amount you want.
We use this one quite effectively. We'll show you in a moment. In the running course, we were using it to talk about envisioning or visioning yourself running a marathon. So we've had some actual footage from people who've trained finishing their marathon, and while I'm talking about it, we have a cutaway to show that sequence of the people finishing the marathon, but as a dream, as a vision for the people. And so it was quite clever then to put that effect on so that people could see that as is a vision or a dream of what they want to achieve.
Visualize yourself running that race. Visualize the start. Visualize the adrenaline. Visualize the whole, your plan that you're going to be walking every 3 kilometers, you're going to be looking at the crowds, you're going to be sucking in the energy, waving to all the spectators who are there to cheer you on. See yourself running this race, see yourself at the finish line, putting your arms in the sky, getting ready to get that medal. That whole process of visualization is crucial to ensure that you're going to have as much fun and as much success on your race. So yes, go the night before, visualize yourself doing that whole run, so that almost on the race day it's just about repeating what you've already dreamed.
So yeah, that's just your basic of video effects, which would just be like that type of theme. Obviously, you might not want to use a dream effect. You might just want to use a bit of color correction just to make the colors stand out more or dull them out a bit more. But this can sometimes help, if like just saying what my dad did on that type of shots that we were doing.
Okay, so that are video effects. There really are a whole load of them. Go through them, play with them. Again, use them cleverly. Use them to bring out something. Use them to highlight something. Be careful of overdoing it and creating a sort of a fake look. You're trying to use everything in a way that's going to create a professional look for your video. But again, very simple. You just drag the effect that you want from your VFX and onto the clip, and the effect is then applied.